What is up, YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back again today with another new Speed Duel deck profile. So this Speed Duel deck profile we're doing today is a Relinquished Speed Duel deck profile, just a kind of an update for post set of the Attack from the Deep set. Afterwards it came out because right now the Relinquished deck is actually known to be tier 1 or even close to tier 0, as some of you might say, because right now Relinquished is extremely powerful. So had to do a deck profile for this. I definitely play this deck. Really fun as well. And as always, we're gonna have to do our usual card sleeve review right here. Today we got the latest Link Vrains card sleeves, version 2 I believe, and it's in the blue-black form, which is really nice. Really love the glittery design of this, and it's just like really cool. Doesn't really match Relinquished that much, but you know, because it's a ritual monster and it's blue, so I just thought it, you know, matches a little bit here and there. But it's just a really cool card sleeve that I just thought I, you know, have to use, and it's just really cool. And for you guys, for those of you guys who are wondering where I get these sleeves, you can these are actually from OCG Japan. You can definitely buy these online on eBay or Amazon as well, for sure. Definitely check those out. All you have to do is search up OCG card sleeves or Yu-Gi-Oh card sleeves, and you'll probably find a bunch usually. But you know, let's get straight into the deck profile. So first of all, we are running 3 different kinds of spells. I mean, we're not running 3 different kinds of skill cards. I mean, these are the 3 possible viable skill cards that you can choose to play, depending on your play style and what you're trying to go for. The first one of all is Viral Infection, the first option. This is really good for many decks that you know what you're going against when your opponent, as soon as you realize, because then you can use this to basically get rid of all their important cards and force them to get rid of important cards. For example, Blue Eyes is also a probably a tier 1 deck as well, and you know they focus heavily on the Flute of Summoning Dragon. And if you discard 3 cards from your hand and force your opponent to discard spell cards, they have to basically discard their Flute of Summoning Dragon. Or if you're against Relinquished, for example, this is actually really good for a mirror match, honestly. You know for sure they're gonna have to play Black Illusion Ritual, and if you're able to get rid of all 3 of them, the spell cards, in one go, you basically practically almost won the duel right there, because that it just immediately shuts down Relinquished. So that is the first skill card we'll play with Kaiba Viral Infection. Next one you can play if you like Pegasus, because Pegasus is all about Relinquish. You know, you have Millennium Eye, so you know you can look at your opponent's hand and decide whether they need to shuffle. This one's a, you know, more budget friendly, or for type of style where you can really you don't have to force your opponent to shuffle their hand, and you can all really know what they have to really set up your plays and start to gain knowledge and information from there, which is really good. Last but not least, you can always just play Destiny Draw, which is really good as well. It allows you to get any card you want from your deck from your hand for clutch situations. So moving on, first of all, we are running, of course, the main monster, Relinquish itself. I'm not gonna go into too much detail into its effect. There's a lot to read anyways, and probably you guys know what it mostly does by now if you guys play competitive speed duels. But of course, the next card is this really key card that came out from the Attack from the Deep, which is Sonic Bird. And what Sonic Bird actually just basically does is, when this card is normal or flip summon, you can add 1 ritual spell card from your deck to your hand, which is incredibly good, which basically really leverages this deck to become much better in the next level. This is one of the reasons why I brought it to almost tier 1. Before Attack from the Deep came out, this deck was decently okay, but this just really made it and hit that spot right there. And then next we are running 3 Senjus as well. 3 Senjus basically allows you to grab Relinquish. This is, you know, trying to get Relinquish as fast as you can in this deck. Gather the spell and the ritual monster as quickly as you can, so you can summon Relinquish and start basically pulverizing your opponent, taking their monsters and ripping them apart with their own monsters, which is really great. And of course, always have to run 3 Sphere Karibos. Absolutely must run as well. Extremely powerful card right now in the current meta. As always, you know, a hand trap, literally the only hand trap in speed duels. It's just really great. You know, you turn them in defense, and which works really well as well with Relinquished, with its second effect, banishing, so that it's a level 1 in the graveyard to be required as a ritual summon. And then last but not least, to round off the monsters, we are running these 2 new cards called Jin, Desire of Rituals. Really good card. really powerful. Also another card that came out, Attack from the Deep. Also another reason that brought this deck into a much higher tier one right now in the whole meta game. Really powerful because similar effect to Sphere Kuriboh is when this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card as one of the required rituals. But also, if you use this card to tribute for a ritual summon in any way, whether from your hand or from the graveyard banishing effect, your ritual monster, basically Relinquished, is unaffected by trap effects, which is extremely good. So Kunai with Chain, no use. Windstorm with Takwa, no use whatsoever. Although there is one weakness that Relinquished has, it is still susceptible to back row removal, such as Twister, Dust Tornado, anything that pops spells and traps right there. You know, this card, that is one of the weaknesses that you guys might want to know if you guys are going up against Relinquished. But as well as being immune to traps for Relinquished, it's just really powerful. Forceful Checkpoint doesn't work. A lot of trap cards just don't work at all, which really puts your pressure onto your opponent and even just wins you the games usually. So that basically rounds off for all the monsters. We're now going to move on to our spells, and it's going to be very simple. We're just playing 3 spells, Black Illusion, Ritual. That's it. That's all you need in this deck. Some of you might want to consider putting one fulfillment of the contract, or maybe some of you will play Twister. That's totally up to you, optional. I personally just want 3 Black Illusion Ritual. That's it, just to get into these cards. However, like I mentioned earlier, if your opponent does play Viral Infection by any chance and they call 3 spells by discarding 3 cards from their hand, you are pretty much doomed, which really puts you into that bad situation. So maybe sometimes you might want to consider side decking and an extra 1 or 2 spell cards, just in case if that happens, so that you're still able to play the game. Because once again, without Black Illusion Ritual, I guess you're basically unplayable. And then for the last, we're just rounding off with traps, free of Ready for Intercepting. The reason this card usually sometimes most of you guys with this side deck, side these cards into your side deck instead of playing your main deck. I just felt like it just works so much better in the main deck. Currently in the tier 1 list, we have Blue Eyes, Relinquished, Amazoness, as well as Gravekeepers. These are really powerful cards, and Ready for Intercepting works for all of them, which is really good. And whoever, so you know, when you're against Gravekeepers, they're spellcaster monsters. You can activate this trap card, put them face down. Amazon's monsters, they're warrior types, that works against them as well. Blue Eyes, when they have Lord of D, this also works really well. So that's the reason why I would main deck into this rather than siding. So we are going into a side deck now. For side deck, we're also running 3 Magic Jammers. This is also just a really good card to switch out into, just to stop your opponent's spell cards. Once again, Amazoness, when they play their field spell, Amazon's Village, you want to be able to stop them with Magic Jammer. Gravekeepers, those that play Hidden Temples of Necro Valley, definitely want to use that as well to stop any key magic spell cards that they use. And also once again against Blue Eyes, stop their Fluid of Summoning Dragon, or even Relinquish itself to stop the Black Illusion Ritual. So, and then we're also running 2 Dust Tornadoes just for back row removal, just to pop your opponent's back row to make it very safe, 100% for your Relinquish to attack into or destroy any basically continuous or field spells that your opponent might have that are really bad against for Relinquish. You know, for Amazon's Heirloom, you can destroy it with Dust Tornado, you can destroy Amazon's Village, you can destroy, once again, Hidden Temples of Necro Valley, you can destroy Necro Valley from the skill card, Tomb of the Pharaoh as well, which is really cool. Usually then, just so you guys also know what sort of cards you can actually side off. You can actually side off 1 Sonic Bird and 1 Senju, depending on the situation, which is really good. You can definitely easily side off Ready for Intercepting when you're against a matchup that doesn't play any warrior spellcaster monsters. These are really usually the options that you can side. So really good. I like this build because it just makes siding easy for competitive play, as well as having a very strong deck core right in the beginning for your first round as your base deck as well. So that basically rounds up the entire Relinquished Speed Duel deck profile. So if you guys liked it, enjoyed it, this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up, like button. Definitely 100% be sure to subscribe to the AVAULT channel for more awesome and epic Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel content. You know, with the initial release of Attack from the Deep. There's lots of new decks upcoming. If you guys enjoy speed duels, definitely stay tuned and subscribe to this channel. We focus a lot on speed duel content, on competitive decks, fun decks, and decks that you can play that are probably viable. And then right now we're going to start including side decks as well, just so you guys can know what it's like side decking about in speed duels. It's very interesting and fun. A lot of other speed duel content, events, special contents that happen as well for speed duels will always be updated here on this channel. Also looking into doing like set reviews or set pre-reviews of upcoming new sets before the actual initial release, so then we can do some meta analysis or what sort of cards are going to be really important, or things that we really want to look out for as well. And if you guys also play regular Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely check out the channel that has many updated of all new regular Yu-Gi-Oh sets that opening as well. Be sure to check that out. We'll open all new speed duel sets. Any sets that are related to speed duel are open on the day of its initial release on this channel as well. So be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell not to miss out on a single video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. And this is AVAULT signing